Outside Seawork, it's at the Hypermotor City Centre, and we're going to go inside and go get all the fishy goodies for our show this week. This is double what I need, but I'm going to take it anyway. This is the same salmon that you use for sushi. And here are our wonderful salmon fillets that we're using to make salmon burgers. And in the corner, I've discovered they've got a lovely collection of herbs. So instead of going to 2 shops, you can come and get your. Good morning. We are doing wonderful prawn and salmon burgers. Of course, the prawns and the salmon, you can see, are fantastic. We got them at Seawork. What I'm going to do is we're going to chop them. I'm going to mince half of it. However, if you do not have a blender, don't stress. Chop it into small pieces. You're going to mush it together. It's fish after all. It's very squishy. You can make it in smaller pieces. And then we're just going to take a nice herb lettuce, some cucumber, and I'm making a garlic mayonnaise to go with it. But I've got this pretty little tool, so I'm going to do fancy cucumber strips, but you can chop your cucumber as well. And this doesn't look like it's doing anything, but when you're finished with it, and these are wonderful with any smaller dishes. If you want to take them and you're making seafood and you crush up some seafood, blend it, mix it with cream cheese, and you can pop them in there. I've got the salad here. I've already put a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil on it. This is my coriander that I've chopped. This is going to go into the burgers. I'm going to take it, mayonnaise to make our dipping sauce, our mayonnaise for the burgers, and garlic, 2 teaspoons garlic. You can crush it. I like the chunky. So this gives the lemon taste without making the mayonnaise too runny, because if you add the lemon juice, you have to be very, very careful. These are wonderful prawns. You'll see earlier this week we used them in a fish bake. All you need to defrost them or to get them semi-cooked is to just add boiling water. 1 cup, 200 grams. I'm going to aim again and just make it a handful. I'm also using 1 fillet per burger, but as you can see, these are massive. You can definitely half and you will still get a good sized burger out of it. All I'm going to do is I'm not going to mince it, I'm not going to blitz it. Half of it I'm going to blend. I'm using a handheld blender so I can show you guys that you don't need a food processor. The other half you're going to chop. So roughly chop. I'm going to make it into smaller pieces and then I'm going to chop it anyway. Chopping, chopping, chopping. You can do just this. You don't have to use the part where I'm going to blend some of it into a paste. If it's too chunky, you can add an egg, but just remember you might need breadcrumbs to combine it. But should you chop this fine enough, it'll mush together. You don't want to keep those juices. And this, same thing goes. You want to chop them and nice and fine. I'm going to mix it all together. Then I'm going to take half and blend it into a paste with the herbs and spices. Give it a mix. I'm kind of hands-on. I find that when I'm mixing with a spoon, it just goes all over the place. But my daughter is squeamish, so like you do bread dough, like you do mince, mix it all together. I'm going to throw the herbs and spices for the fine paste in here. So I'm going to take half in 2 bouts and make paste. And with that, we're putting in our lemon zest, half the spring onions, half the coriander, 2 teaspoons lemon and herb spice or fish spice, some salt, teaspoon and a half, I'm putting it in. Did I say salt? Sorry, pepper. No salt because we've got the lemon and herb spice in. Weenie. And that should, before I stick my hand in there, please make sure it's unplugged, people. Take the gunk out. Yummy gunk. So you've got your paste, which acts like your binding agent. It is absolutely sticky. So let's just get the most of these wonderful flavors. I don't want to waste any. Hello. Yeah. There. And that paste that you make makes the absolute difference to binding it. And then you throw in the rest of your goodies. I'm giving some spring onions out for the salad, but I'm going to toss in all the coriander and just a light sprinkle of this for crunch. You can make them enormous, slightly smaller. I recommend these do get chilled before you fry them. It lets them sit. Set. I also prefer my burgers flat and wider because they cook better. You don't want to crisp your burger and then it's raw on the inside. But once again, this is fish. You can eat it like this. All this fish is fresh. It can't be undercooked. So here we're back. We've had these in the fridge. Actually, we stuck them in the freezer for a quick chill. 20 minutes. You don't need much more. Look, if you're in a rush, you can make them and cook them. I just prefer that they sink in and just set for a little bit. Flavors run in, everything relaxes, and then you fry them. Make sure it's properly oiled. Otherwise, dip them in flour. And there you have it. I'm going to start with mayonnaise as the base. And we're going to dunk all the lovely lettuce on top of it. I'm putting on both sides. I'm turning this off. You can also turn it lower, but I can hear it's making all the right cooked sounds. Flip it one more time. And then it's ready to put together. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? It just looks good, that color. You're always used to looking at burgers that are dark. Look how beautiful and delicious that looks. Spread it around nicely. So remember, I've put some olive oil and just like a wedge of lemon squeezed over the salad. So before you throw more lemon juice on, I also keep the lemon juice out in the food as opposed to pouring on afterwards because it makes it soggy. I'm going to put the lettuce on the bottom and cucumber on top, the twirlies. So try and just get some greenery, some spring onions. That looks nice when they fall off on the plate. Whoopsie. We're going to do some with the rings, the thin ribbons, the shredded cucumber. That gives that nice fresh taste with fish. What I can show you as well is this. If you want to do your open burger, you're going to take your beautiful cucumber ribbons on top. Just wait before you